Assalamu alaikum friends, my name is Sayyida Umama Shah and today we will be studying the circle of Willis. My channel name is Umama Shah Medicos, and if you like my videos must subscribe to my channel for new uploaded videos. So friends, let's start our today's topic, the circle of Willis. Here you see a figure. In this figure you see a roughly circular network of arteries, and these arteries are basically the branches of the internal carotid artery and the vertebral artery. We studied the internal carotid artery and vertebral artery in our lecture of the arterial supply to the head and neck. Now we are going to discuss the circle of Willis here in detail. Here you see the vertebral artery. The vertebral artery arises from the first part of the subclavian artery, and then it passes through the foramina in the transverse processes of the vertebra. It then merges, the two vertebral artery here merge while it reaches to the anterior surface of the medulla oblongata just below the pons. It forms a basilar artery. Once again I will repeat, the vertebral arteries arises from the first part of the subclavian artery, and when it reaches to the anterior surface of the medulla oblongata just below the pons, it merge and form the basilar artery. Now there are two branches of the basilar artery that basically contribute in the formation of circle of Willis, and that two terminal branches are the posterior cerebral arteries. Here you see the left posterior cerebral artery and the right posterior cerebral artery. These two arteries that are the terminal branches of the basilar artery contributes in the formation of the circle of Willis. The other branches arises from the internal carotid artery, and that are the anterior cerebral artery and the middle cerebral artery, right? Communicating the anterior cerebral artery is another artery called the anterior communicating artery. So the anterior communicating artery basically communicate the anterior cerebral artery. The posterior communicating artery is also a branch of the internal carotid artery, and it also communicates the posterior cerebral artery. So I will repeat that the anterior cerebral artery, anterior communicating artery, middle cerebral artery, posterior communicating artery are the branches of the internal carotid artery that contribute in the formation of the circle of Willis, and the posterior cerebral artery that are the terminal branches of the basilar artery contribute in the formation of the circle of Willis, and this circle of Willis ring the sella turcica. The sella turcica is the depression on the body of the sphenoid. So this was all about the basic concept of the circle of Willis. Now let's move to some questions regarding this topic. So the questions are, which two major arteries contribute to the formation of circle of Willis? Now we have two major arteries that contribute to the formation of circle of Willis. What are they? Two arteries. Number one is the vertebral artery, and number second is the internal carotid artery. So the internal carotid artery and the vertebral arteries are the two major arteries that contribute to the formation of circle of Willis. Now moving towards the next question, we have posterior cerebral artery is the branch of which artery? We have posterior cerebral artery that we studied in our previous slide, and that was the branch of the basilar artery. So posterior cerebral artery is the branch of the basilar artery. Number third and the last questions of today's topic is, which arteries merge to form basilar artery? To conclude, we studied that the vertebral arteries that arises from the first part of the subclavian artery, it merge when it reaches the anterior surface of the medulla oblongata just below the pons. It forms the basilar artery. So I will repeat my answers. The vertebral arteries merge to form the basilar artery. So this was all about today's topic of circle of Willis. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel for new uploaded videos, and thanks for watching.